Okay, so this always happens, so I'm gonna have to. Okay, my name's Carlee, and today I'm gonna be talking to you about IAEE's booth at Expo this year. And the name of my booth is The Outlet, and you'll find out why in the next couple slides. So, jumping right into the mission or the objective, the mission is to make an engaging space where exhibitors connect with other exhibitors or other people in the exhibit industry from around the world. Another thing is to create a new name for the space, so think of a theme that ties in with the Connect app. Also sponsor A to Z Connect app in the space, reimagine and create a valuable peer-to-peer engagement, create a 50 by 30 island booth with a flow of 50 people at a time in the space. Also have a lounge area and a serving bar area. So this kind of is the objective or the problem. I just wanted to put this on a separate slide so you really get the idea. So IAEE is losing engagement from the past booths that they've done. And it's our job to think of a solution and new ideas to engage and connect people using the A to Z app Connect. My vision, I'm just gonna read the slide and then I'll talk more about it. So I don't want my space to feel like a traditional meeting area. I want attendees to feel an exceptional invitation to enter the space. I want the feeling of loose and not uptight with each other, almost as if people that are meeting together have already met and they're just catching up to chat. And then my main kind of vision that I went off of, or this is the part that really stands out to me. Learn about each other, network, a place to share opportunities, and recharge ideas and inspiration. So I can't remember what the next few slides are. I'm sure it's going to be the theme. When I talk about the theme, keep in mind that recharge is a big word for my vision. Let's see what the next slide is. Yeah, so this is my theme, and my theme is the outlet, so IAEE, the outlet. I really wanted to play off of kind of when you're in a slump and you can't think of new ideas and you go back to the traditional ways, you need like new inspiration and a place to just like go to get new inspiration and get your energy back. And this is the space that I wanted to create. So the outlet can mean a bunch of different things. The outlet can mean you're recharging your mind. It can also mean like little outlets. I thought of like little outlets or booths that people could go in and like talk with each other and kind of connect on that level in their own little space. So I think that's it. So yeah, this is the front of the exhibit, and I'll talk more about it. But our next slide is the pre-show mailer. And sorry, I'm like really sick. I'm trying not to cough. So the pre-show mailer is, I'm going to be sending out, or they will be sending out, a little postcard that says IAEE presents The Outlet, recharge your mind, get inspired at Expo. And then it says the booth number and the dates. And then of course the two EDPA and IAEE logos that are kind of like sponsoring this. I suppose now that I realize I probably should have put A to Z. So it's okay. So another thing that I wanted to incorporate in the pre-show mailer, maybe I could just put this in there. I could put in the little letters, like sign up for A to Z or sponsored by A to Z in the little color changing board. So that board is just like a backlit little board. It would be like a little mini version because we'd have to send it in the mail. And you can change out the letters. It would come with different letters, and you could change it out and put kind of your own quote or like whatever you want, and that kind of ties in with what is to come at this exhibit, the outlet. So now that we're done with the pre-show, this is kind of my design style. So I played off of two different artists that I really liked, and one is Ivan Navarro, and if you look him up, he does a lot of like kind of minimal line or shape neon lights. The biggest part of this is the neon. That's kind of what made me think of like energy and recharging, just like very bright lights. And then the other artist was, is it Steven or Stefan? Steven Antonakos. I don't know how to say that. But he plays off of, once again, shapes with like backlit neon colors. And just like the neon vibe in general is really energetic and bright and out there. And that's what I wanted with my booth. So to tie along with the neon, I really wanted to go for like neon. It's kind of all over the place, but I have it in my mind. It's like Scandinavian kind of furniture with industrial structure, I guess, like concrete floors and the kind of wiring you'll see in like the next slide. I really wanted like the cool tone to play along with the neon colors instead of warm tone with neon, because that doesn't really go. So also, industrial is kind of, when I think of industrial, I think of like dark. And in this space, it was kind of hard because I know that the exhibit show is going to be lit up, so I kind of wanted that dark feature back to bring out the neon colors. This was my inspiration board that I had. A lot of these things I incorporated in my space, like the booths, and you'll see. And I wanted to make kind of an office-like vibe with a kind of like with a bar, and then, but it wasn't an office, but it like is an office. I don't know how to explain it. That's why I wanted to go with like a window, but like not actually a window, just like a neon window because art, and neon books. So my next slide is the top view, and this is just for reference. Also, this shows the measurements, 30 by 50 booth, island booth, with 10-foot aisles all the way around. Yeah. So now I want to get into my persona. I'm going to try to go along with the persona as you were to go through the exhibit and explain it that way. So when I think of my persona for my booth, I think of like a 38-year-old man or like a 40-year-old man who always enjoyed art when he was a kid, and he didn't really know what he wanted to do with it because a lot of people don't nowadays, but now exhibit is a new thing, and he got into it when he was young. And so he's a trade show industry exhibit designer. And usually what I noticed in my internship, I know this is kind of off the topic, but at my internship this summer, I noticed that there's a lot of older people, and they tend to go to their old ways, like the traditional way, and they don't want to bring in that new trend or that new style. They kind of like block it out because maybe they're like scared or frustrated that they're not gonna get it right. I don't know, that's just what I think, and what I see in a lot of places is that there's a lot of older people, and it's our job, our younger generation, to kind of bring those trends, and that is what that's what I'm trying to do in my exhibit. So as a designer, he goes to work every day and sits at a computer every day and stares at the screen every day. And he's kind of losing that inspiration and the motivation to create that next big thing, the next big exhibit for a cool company that he got to work with, and he wants to think of something different, something that'll wow people, but he just doesn't have that energy. And he's sick of the traditional design style, and there's really no kind of younger generation that is kind of bringing in those trends. So he's in need of new ideas, and that's when he goes to our IAEE booth. So the outlet. So this is the front of the exhibit. I already showed this slide, but I'm going to show it again. Don't mind the terrible, I didn't know what to put on the TV monitors, but it's fine. I wanted to, it's fine, you get it. Just like the logo, I put that there, but that's not going to be there. So, yeah, this is the front of my booth, and this is what you'll see when you walk up. And now I'm going to kind of go step by step. So the first thing that you'll do when you walk up to the booth, there's going to be people in the back of the booth, or in the back of the bar area right here. So this is the bar area, and I don't even know if my mouse will show up. I don't know if that's a thing, but so the first thing is you walk up, and there's these iPads that have you see who you're meeting with, because before this event, you'll be on the Connect app, and you're going to want to meet with someone in the industry or at this expo. And so this is just like a kind of a confirmation reminder that, hey, you're going to meet this person here at this time, and we're going to check you in and make sure you have like a place to sit. Yeah. So this is the check-in station, and you would, yeah, that's the check-in station. I don't know what I was going to say. Next, this is just another view, kind of at the side view. I really wanted to emphasize here the bar, the kind of wraparound bar. So, when I think of like neon signs and neon, I think of industrial, and that's why I chose industrial kind of, not really, not really furniture, because the furniture kind of is very minimal and like kind of Scandinavian because everything's white. But some elements I wanted to bring in that are industrial are like the metal bar and the wraparound LED lights, which kind of look like wires. That was kind of the thing that I wanted to go with because it matched the logo and stuff. So, yeah, so in the back of the bar, there is like a beverage machine. So when people walk up after they check in, they're going to want to get a drink or something or beverage, and that's when the bartender would grab one of these drinks from this cooler, and I wanted these to be, once again, playing off of energy. I wanted it to be like kind of an energy drink, but I couldn't find like the most aesthetic brand, so I don't have a brand to say, but if you can see the little bottles, I wanted them to go along with the exhibit and match the colors. But so yeah, you'd get an energy drink, or there's like other options too. It's just not energy drink, but that was like the main thing that I wanted to put in the booth because it ties in with my theme. So also you'll see the colors that I used or that I chose, very bright neon colors. Blue, purple, orange were the main, and then pops of yellow. And I also didn't want to make the chairs all the same. I wanted some to be white, some to be colorful, just something different so it's not all the same. So let's go on to the next slide. So this is the top view again, and this is where I wanted to emphasize the touch tables that I put in. So these tables are in front of the bar area, and I don't know if you remember when we went to 3D exhibits, in Chicago, and they had this cool feature where it was kind of like a touch screen table, and you could actually touch the screen and like move items around, and it was basically like a desktop but on a table. So everyone can see what you're doing, or what, if you want to present a project, everyone can see like that project, or if you want to show, I don't know what I'm trying to say. If you want to show like a different video or something, you can see it on this table. And I didn't know how to like go about showing this, so I just showed that kind of like a glass type top. Also, I had a feature where you can actually plug in your USB drive to the table, to the like the touch part, and then you can share your projects with the other people. I don't know what to call the people. Just the people that you're meeting with together. Like you can see your presentation and show them what you've been working on and kind of discuss other things like that. So the next area, after you get checked in and get a drink, you might notice that there's a wall that you can actually go through, or kind of like a hallway. And as you go in this hallway, there's going to be like a little cutout of the wall that it's glass, and inside the glass is, I don't know if you've heard of the Van de Graaff, but this is kind of an old thing that I wanted to bring back mainly for the nostalgia, is that how you say that word? For the older people that come in the booth, like they'll remember those. Those were those are from the older time period, I think. And so there's going to be like kind of this electric current that's going through this neon pink bright wall or glass panels, and you can actually touch your hand to it, or like as you're walking down the wall, you can put your hand on the wall and your hair will stick up just like those Van de Graaffs. I thought this was just a fun experience to put in there, and it goes along with like recharge yourself and energize yourself. And it's kind of like a funny little play on, and it's just like a very different thing. I know a lot of people would not, I mean, I would do it personally, but some people are very picky and they're like, my hair's gonna get messed up. But it's all part of the experience, and I think after people realize that you can touch it, and of course we'll have staff going around and helping other people, and then obviously showing them, like, look at what this wall can do. And it'll just be a fun way to engage people and connect with each other on a kind of humorous level. So as you go around that wall, so you're gonna touch the Van de Graaff wall, and then you're gonna make your way around. And right when you walk around, you'll notice a bookshelf. This is kind of just for art purpose, so I want to incorporate art, but still have accessibility of like seating, and just have it be a fun place to be. So I decided to go with the word recharge because that is in part of my vision and my theme. You're going to recharge your mind and get that inspiration back and get that energy back. And yes, some of the books on the shelf are also glowing. It also matches the aesthetic. Also, you'll notice that leading back to my inspiration board, I included this window, so it kind of, there's an opening so people can see kind of in the window and like, what is this room all about, you know, and they can also see through the bar. But I just thought it was a good way to break up space and not have so much like open space. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I thought it was kind of a cool, unique thing, and I feel like people would really get a kick out of that because it's like, it's art, you know. I keep coughing. Okay, so on the opposite side of the Van de Graaff wall. These are the mood lighting booths. So each one of these booths, the one in the middle is the largest, and that would be like maybe for a bigger group of people meeting. And then the two on the outsides are just smaller meeting spaces, and they all have monitor screens. Sorry that graphic is not the greatest thing, but I had to put something to know that you'd put your presentation on these screens, or whatever you want to look up on your computer. You can hook up your computer and it'll show maybe some ideas that you had and to share with other people. So yes, all of these rooms are mood changing lights. So when I first thought of this idea, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have this space be crazy, bright, and colorful because it kind of distracts from meeting and connecting with other people. But you know, that's part of the experience and part of my experience. And also, I'm like, maybe if I have the option to change the light, maybe people, if some people don't want that experience, they don't have to have that and they can change the light back to white or yellow. But I just thought, you know, it kind of gets people in the right mindset or mood, and it's just kind of different, and it engages people because they're like, whoa, check this out. So yeah, you'd have a remote with the TV, and then there would be like a mood light changing setting. Also, there's stools on all the outside just to make more room for more people, and kind of bring like pops of color so it's not all one color. Oh yes, also after these booths after these booths you'll walk, and then there would be the bar right there with the cooler of drinks. And then this is the back of the booth. So I wanted to be really simple and plain. I know it's kind of boring, but if the if the outlet is lit up, people are like, oh, what is that? I know if I saw that, I'd be like, let's go check that out. Also, yeah, so people can people can find it easier. And I also did higher ceilings. I totally forgot to mention this, but my ceilings are 16 feet tall, and the max of that was 20, but I didn't want to make it 20 because that was too tall. So now my last thing is the post-show. So after the event, I really wanted to give people the same energy drinks, so the same colored energy drinks, only like they would get to take some home, and they can like save the bottles if they wanted, and it would just, obviously it would have the logo like IAEE on it. I just didn't really know what logo to use either, because there's like 3 logos for IAEE, but it's fine, you get it. So the energy bottles, and then I would do a follow-up email, and maybe a follow-up email that says like what this person thought with the Connect app, and it would maybe do like a review, or maybe you'd want to meet with that person again. So maybe you'd have that follow-up to meet with that person again. They would give their contact information and all that because you checked in. So yeah, that concludes my IAE presentation. I hope I didn't miss everything. This video is kind of a mess. But thanks for listening, and bye. I can't find it. Oh, here it is.